going on, guys? So this video is going to be kind of about continuation on the last one. We're going to kind of keep it going just to kind of get more familiarity with what is really going on Earth. So the last one I said, maybe we kind of have perspectives of what being like a man is and what being, working hard and all that stuff. Is that really what we're supposed to be doing on Earth? And then I went over, of course, it's not. It's not. We're supposed to evolve spiritually. But, how is that possible that they have manipulated all of us? Even the smartest of us, like going to Harvard, have degrees from Harvard, and we're now at the top law firm or the top big company, top executive, making freaking $2 million bonus checks every year. So, how are these people getting manipulated? Aren't they really smart? So, yeah, that's the thing. They're getting manipulated just as good as someone that's doing a 9 to 5 that can barely pay for rent every month. The same thing. They don't care. They've got everyone. They know how to do it for everyone. And it's based on the system they built. We're in school. We're given just tests. You either get an A, you get a B, great. Now you have a certain GPA, you have a certain SAT score. If you're lucky enough to have parents or to have the opportunity to go to college, you might go to college. You might do this. You might become a doctor. You might become a lawyer. You might become get a business degree. There's a lot of things you can do. But over those, initial 4 years of usual just business school, and then there's usually for like doctors, lawyers, stuff like that, there's like an extra at least 6 years of just medical training or getting your law degree. So in that time, there's the same concept, A or F. There's no real, understanding of what's the whole big picture. You're just focusing on that material, and that's all you care about. Getting that A. And then you get all the A's, and now you've mastered whatever they've kind of taught you, right? It's not that no one's saying that it's like a straight fact, everything they've told you. For doctors, for instance, it's like, you just learn it, that's it, there we go, we're done. So now we're having the problem for doctors is that they have no clue about nutrition. The super doctors I talk about in my holistic health book, they all say they have literally studied basically like nutrition for like 2 days. They gone over nutrition, and it was really just like how drugs affect nutrition, what kind of drugs affect the food you eat. But it's nothing really about how nutrition and food is kind of the source of all problems, all chronic diseases, and big diseases like that. So I'm not saying that's whatever, but this idea of training people to get them to get those A's is how they do it. So for me, I went to business school, thought I'd be good at marketing, and first 2 years, learning the simple business stuff, profit, shareholders, pretty simple stuff. But then it was just, again, profit for shareholders. Next class, marketing 2, profit for shareholders is the correct answer. Profit for shareholders. Why are businesses run? Profit for shareholders. Why do businesses run? Profit for the owners. Profit for the owners. Profit for the owners. So we're really just learning that good business is good profit, good quarterly profit. You want to have your quarterly profit more than it was the last year, and if it's not, then you want to fire whoever is responsible and get someone else in there and to boost that profit. So at no point did any classes ever go through long-term ethical positions that these companies take, government regulation in certain areas like the food industry, medical industry. Did go over that. It was just kind of, what you're doing in marketing is you're trying to get more profit for the shareholders every freaking quarter. Every quarter, not 1 year, every few months, you got to get more profit than you did last year. And that's really the main thing that matters. As long as the FDA approves it, or whatever regulatory system approves it, whatever, we don't care. We just want to sell it now. And we can use whatever kind of marketing tactics we want. We can target whoever we want to buy it, So that's a whole other thing. But the bottom line is that it's the same concept of, oh, I'm getting A's, I must be really smart, I must be really good. And when you're on top of the world, you know, you're getting A's, everyone's like, wow, I'm really proud of you. You're not gonna start questioning what you're learning. You know, you're not gonna be like, wait, is this really the correct way to do it? Is this really the correct way to do it? And you're not, you know, I was like, oh, I don't really know too much, like, I'm just in high school, like, I don't really know that much about the world. Obviously, they have, like, it figured out, it's, like, more professional, but then I go to college, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, all that matters is more profit than last quarter. That's really all we care about. So, every business school across the country is run the same way. Just profit, teaching the corporate structure of business, the corporate structure, not small businesses. That's irrelevant. We don't care about that. We want to help the corporate engine, the corporate money machines continuing. And that's what they want too. They want to keep their corporate engines running as well. So they just make billions on auto pay every year. Boom, boom, boom. Stock prices going up. Stuff's getting more valuable. So then they have all of us dumb and smart humans thinking, oh, gee, you know, I'm so successful, you know, I'm like living such a happy life, right? Like, I'm so great. And, you know, but meanwhile, these corporate machines are directly destroying our planet. Destroying our planet. That's a fact at this point. Certain industries are even bigger, more responsible than others. And you'd be surprised that the meat industry and the production of meat is actually the most destructive for the planet by far than transportation and anything, because there's so many different ways that they're destroying our planet. So if you really stop and think real quick, and you look at this current studies, like, if we continue producing meat at this rate, we're gonna be we're going to be completely out of fresh water. We're going to be completely out of soil, out of fertilized soil. Our oceans are going to be covered in, like toxic algae spills from all the chemicals that are, the chemical runoff from these agricultural plants that are all over the world. We're taking down rainforests that are producing like 40% of the Earth's oxygen just to have land to produce more cows and pigs in like other continents, South America, freaking all over the world. So these industries, that's just one of them too, the meat industry. And the other thing about the meat industry too is that they're producing enough food to feed 10 billion humans every year. But they're feeding it to the 100 billion cows and pigs and chickens. So that's kind of like a whoa, that's like, whoa, why are we doing that? But then you look into it, for protein, we need protein to survive. But then you look into that, and it's like, oh wait, we actually don't need protein to survive. Dr. Neil Bernard, Dr. Dean Ornish, Dr. Colin Campbell, these are all doctors that have been physicians and heart surgeons for a long time, and they've been like, my patients just have the same problems, and I can't really do anything about it but prescribe these pills. And I was like, you know what, why don't we try a plant-based diet, remove fats, remove cholesterol, and their heart rate went down, their blood pressure went down, their cholesterol levels went down. They started to be able to reverse these chronic disease symptoms that they're getting, these heart disease symptoms. And they now are doing talks all over the world talking about this. But big business doesn't care. They don't want you to not doing that. They only care about profit. So if you think that meat's healthy and you're eating a bunch of meat, boom, they're happy. You know, that's score for them. So for them, it's not like, oh, we're now providing a service. No, we're trying to just take advantage of people. Take advantage of what they don't know. And they're doing that in all different aspects of business. But the main thing is, of course, we're destroying our own planet at the same time. So what kind of free will society would destroy their own planet, which is infinite abundance, we can literally quadruple the population of Earth, and we are destroying it, and we only have, 7 billion people on Earth now, destroying our own planet. And it's going to be completely destroyed by 2050, I think that was, if we continue producing meat at this rate, and different transportation, and we just have unsustainable ways of doing things across the board in every industry. We're going to be destroying our own planet by 2050. Now, isn't that some, wow, whoa. Humans are in charge and we're destroying our own planet? Now, that's where you got to really have critical thinking, and you got to take out the brainwash that they've made you all think everyone's so smart with. Like, oh, that's just how it works. Oh, economists explaining the economy. Oh, it all works out. Nope, it's actually just a way for them to continue to destroy the planet, lower our vibration by keeping us stressed out all the time financially, and of course producing toxic foods and toxic products for us to use that lower our vibration as well. So I talk about this a lot in my book, but this is a huge part of it that really people don't get. We just take everything for granted. But it's obvious that there's something not right when you think about it like that. Like, we're destroying our own planet, and we're continually all living more stressful lives as the year goes on. Inflation's getting worse. Finding a job is harder than ever as it was today. And work conditions are just as annoying as ever, too. And you can get fired at any second in most jobs. You might go out of business tomorrow. You're done. Out the door. Better luck next time. So why would we do that? If we're the top dogs, why would we make our lives harder and we're destroying our own planet? Doesn't make any sense. But, just want to think about that. And the way they do that is how they do that is to manipulating us, thinking we're smart, so we just are okay with it. We're just like, whatever, I'm good. I just want a house, my wife, and some kids, and I'm good. So when they have us at that perspective, we're chilling. They're chilling. They're just sitting back, not working a day. These guys don't work a day. They just plot and manipulate, and they have hundreds of billions of dollars at their disposal in one bank account. They'll just have $400 billion. And the way they really control everything too is by owning majority share and partnering up with other people that have the same intention, or people, and they'll have majority share. So they'll have majority share of the company, so they can do what they want with the company. And maybe, they can do a little collusion too. They're involved in the meat industry, they're involved in the pharmaceutical industries. They make more profit when people eat meat, they get sick, then they get pills from the medical industry. So, there's a good amount of collusion they do. They also are in every kind of big business, controlling the narratives, controlling the quarterly agendas, pushing new products, pushing new campaigns, using our human intelligence and our creativity to push their mission, which is to destroy humanity and destroy the earth. So don't feel bad, you're like, oh, damn, I've been working in the corporate world for 40 years. It's like, no, they're way above us. They're they can easily manipulate us, no questions asked. So yeah, this is part one. I'm going to do another one, stop it real quick.